Wanted to introduce myself. My name is Ron Redner of the Piedmont chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution right here in Roswell. I'm also the national chairman of the Liberty Tree Project, where we're planting elm trees all across our nation in honor of our 250th anniversary of the United States in 2026. We are planting, has been planted Liberty Tree right here at Bulloch Hall. And I'd like to introduce Bob Hagan, who's the president of the Friends of Bulloch Hall, along with Stacy McCarver, our president of SAR Piedmont chapter here in Roswell. And he's going to introduce the mayor right now.
Well, I'm actually going to introduce things in a slightly different order, but again, Stacy McCarver, President, Piedmont Chapter. We're pleased to have Bob Hagan here with us today, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. We also have other guests with us. We have a number of members of the Piedmont Chapter SAR. We have a number of members here from the Martha Stewart Bulloch Chapter of the DAR, represented here by Sue Gilbert, Regent, and a number of the other members. They are literally our sisters in Revolutionary War remembrance, and so in honoring of our Revolutionary War ancestors. So it's always an honor to be at events like this with that chapter. And then today we've also got some very special guests with us. We have a number of people here who are responsible for leading the city of Roswell. And I can tell you that I can only imagine that they have in their hearts a desire to make Roswell better today, and are working to prepare for a better future and history for Roswell in the future. So it's our pleasure to have a number of the council members here. We've got William Morthland representing the city, and we've got Lee Hills, who happens to also be a member of the Martha Stewart Bulloch chapter of the DAR. And then we're particularly pleased to have the Honorable Kurt Wilson, Mayor of Roswell, here with us today. It's always nice to have someone here that appreciates history, and we appreciate the support of the city of Roswell and everything that we do in the SAR, and certainly the things that you do for the DAR as well. Mayor Wilson, would you like to say a few words?
Stacey, I would. Thank you. Love to. And I like how we're going to hook up here together. Ron, this is perfect. Number one, thank you to the Daughters of American Revolution and the Sons of American Revolution for your great activity, for continuing to compel us as a people and those who are going to come after us, and those of us today, and those who came before us. And can you imagine that 246 years ago, when this country was created, can you imagine that our founders would have thought that 246 years later, that we'd be planting elm trees in their honor, that we'd have cities like Roswell, Georgia, like with a place that we'd be honoring from history? Can you imagine what their hearts would think, what their minds and their hearts would be like if they could see what they created? And so it's an honor, it's a great honor, that those amongst us, the Sons of the American Revolution and the Daughters of the American Revolution, continue to compel us to remember the great people that founded this country and the great tradition, and helps propel the ideals of what this country was founded on. So planting an elm tree is just so right, and it's just so good, and I thank you, Ron, for doing it. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you all for all of your leadership and making this happen. And thank you, Bob, for Bulloch Hall, baby. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Would you like to say a word?
I get hooked up?
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. Ron, Stacy, thank you so very much for this. It's a historical day. We're in a historical place, okay? And all of you love history and what it means to the city of Roswell, too. Mayor Wilson, Councilman Will, and Council Lady, council person, Lee, thank y'all for being here today. I do have a couple of our board members from Friends of Bulloch here too, Jonathan Crooks. Gwen, please raise your hand, and Sandy Bueller, thank y'all for being here. We love Bulloch Hall. We love what it means. We love what it does for this city. It is our Roswell's national treasure. And having this elm tree, and look at it, it's ready to start growing and spreading its wings. So Ron, Stacy, all of you, thank you for being here today as we honor 250 years of your birthday too. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, Bob, if you would join me over here. In addition to the elm tree, we wanted to present you with a framed copy of the Declaration of Independence. For those of us who love history, and we've done a lot of work in historical documents, if you'll look at the bottom of some of those documents, things like deeds, wills, they'll have the date. And then they'll have a phrase on there in the bottom that says, in the 25th year of our independence. I don't know when we lost that legality in our formal documents, but you know, I think it'd be a great thing to reinstate as we remember the Declaration of Independence, but always remember where we are and remember that independence that our ancestors gained for us. So here today, on June 15th, 2023, we'd like to present you and Bulloch Hall with a framed copy of the Declaration of Independence here in the 247th year of our independence. Thank you for doing everything that you do here in the city, and I hope you'll be able to display this for all the public to see.
We definitely will, and you could not have said those words any better. This makes us proud, doesn't it? It really does. Mayor Wilson, please come over next to me. Ron, let's hold this up. Yeah. We will make sure this is displayed in a beautiful area that means something to all of us. Thank you very, very much, Stacy.
You're quite welcome.
They smile. Very, very good.
You can grab a couple pics there.
Yeah, we need to get Lee and Will.
Yeah,
Is that it?
that's
Lee,
fine.
Will, come on
Lee
up.
and Will, please come up. Jonathan, Gwen, and Sandy.
Bill's going to transfer his SAR
that's
membership
right.
from Alabama here.
That's
Is he
got
really?
a member of the Daughters of American Revolution, and the son, Will's getting ready to
Yeah.
join them. That's pretty good. That's right. This is perfect. Okay, all good. One more. Thank you.
I'm trying to get the tree in.
The tree in.
Oh, we got to get the tree in there.
Okay, turn this way.
I'll do a little chilly, don't you worry about it.
I can't see a dang thing, but I'm taking pictures.
Get a picture of all of our.
Here comes the sun. All right, y'all.
All right.
Good.
Probably big finger in there.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right.
Exactly.
Thank you.
All right, so
Kurt,
I
run
just got
up
a
here.
couple more words I got to say, but
Okay.
Come on up. Just real quick, let's get
ties to me.
Yeah.
Ron Redner would like to say a few more words.
To give you a little background on the Liberty Tree, the Liberty Tree is a famous elm tree that stood in Boston, near Boston Commons, before the Revolutionary War. In 1765, that was the year the Boston colonists actually did the first defiance against the British government at the tree. Going forward, the tree was the rallying point. It got its name, the Liberty Tree, because it was the rallying point after the Boston Tea Party. A lot of other different events were going on too. The British soldiers were sent in to put down the rebellion colonists, and in August 1775, 10 years later, they had enough of the Liberty Tree, and they chopped it down, and it became 16 cordwood, and so each one of our Liberty trees, we have a sponsor. This tree here today, the sponsor is Mr. Malin Mims of Mims Enterprises. We've done that in honor to Mr. Mims for all his support to the city of Roswell over many, many years. So each one of our trees, while going forward, our goal is 250 of these trees, and we're right now, this is number 38. So I hope with the support of us, the city, and nationwide friends, we'll get this done.
You
So,
got 212 to plant in the next 3 years.
He's on a roll.
Let's do it.
yeah.
And let me just say, Ron announced at our Magnolia Ball, which was held our 38th this past Saturday, that y'all were dedicating this tree in honor of Malin Mims, who was there that night. So he was very.
Yeah, I
touched.
didn't get to talk to him afterwards,
He
but
was very
I.
touched.
So, well, good. Tell him to come on over and visit the
We'll
boy.
ride him by to look at it. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. Anybody else would like to say anything? That would be fine. If not, we have to go back to Valley Forge and,
Yeah.
and fight some more battles. So,
It's cooler
thank you.
there.
Yeah, it's cooler there. It's up Pennsylvania.
Thank you all for being out here today.